Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Farm Down NFL podcast with me, Jim, Finn, Denver Dave, and Punk Raider. We are here to talk about NFL. Boys, how are we doing?
Mediocre.
Good evening.
I like your team.
Early.
I'm glad I'm not in Florida.
Yes,
White hot
we're all
Denver
glad.
Broncos.
Do you know who is in Florida?
Tampa Bay.
Hannah,
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, yes.
our very own fifth
Best of
musketeer.
luck.
Hannah is actually currently in Orlando. So battening down the hatches, hoping she's okay, and everyone else obviously over there is okay and nothing gets too damaged. We are here though to talk about the NFL and the games for week 6. A third of the season already gone. We start every pod with this one with the wrong-uns that we did for week 5 before we can move on to look at week 6 because it's always funny. There were 2 games where all of us got it wrong. That was the Seahawks against the Giants and the Steelers at the Cowboys. Thank you, Hannah, for picking the teams last week. For the people, you did double down Steelers. That didn't work out, so no points for any of us on that one. The games where 4 of us got it wrong. 4 of us picked the Buccaneers to beat the Falcons. Only Punk did not pick the Buccaneers in that game. So congratulations there, Punk.
Absolutely.
And
masterful picking again.
Masterful gambit, sir. And the Colts versus the Jags. Only one of us, only this five brain over here, me, picked the Jags to beat the Colts.
Pure
I
luck.
swear I picked them. If I
Nope.
didn't, I meant to.
No, you picked the Colts, mate.
Does it work like that?
I say that after every single act has gone down. I'm sure
Yeah.
I picked the
Did
other
I
one.
really pick them? I can't.
No,
They're down by 40.
I remember specifically talking to one of my friends and saying, I do not believe for 1 second that the Jags are bad enough to be an 0-5 team.
Mm.
And I looked and went, oh, I didn't pick the Jags. That's a surprise to me. So that's my own fault.
One game where 3 of us got it wrong. The Raiders Broncos. So Finn, Hannah, and Punk picked the Raiders. And Punk, you doubled down. Dave, you doubled down on the Broncos, so you
Did
win
I?
2 points. And I also
Yeah,
picked the
What an idiot.
Broncos.
We had a double down off.
What do you mean you won? You won 2 points for
I
that.
know. I'm still an idiot for doing it. Is
Oh,
that where
I
you?
I picked the
oh,
Broncos.
I
You
goaded
baited me,
into
didn't
it.
you? Yeah, that
I
was it.
goaded you into it.
Yeah.
And look, it just worked out perfectly. Then the games where 2 of us got it wrong. So there's a couple of them in here. Chiefs Saints. Dave, you thought the Saints would win, and Hannah thought the Saints would win.
Did I?
Yes.
Bloody
Yes,
hell.
you did.
You ought
Dolphins
to go back and listen to our podcast.
Oh, I know. I've had a stressful week. Leave me alone.
Patreon.com/final down or any other reputable place where you can pick up podcasts. The Dolphins Patriots. So me and Punk thought the Patriots beat the Dolphins, and we were robbed of that result. The Texans Bills. Finn, you doubled down the Bills on this one, and Hannah also picked the Bills. So no points there.
Bottle
But
jobs.
me, Punk, and Dave got that one right. The last 2 game that we got wrong was the 49ers Cardinals. Punk and Hannah picked the 49ers. The rest of us picked the Cardinals. And I doubled down the Cardinals as the underdog, and that came in. Only 2 island games. I picked the Rams to beat the Packers, and they almost did it. And the Ravens Bengals, Hannah picked the Bengals to win that. And of course, went to overtime. Messy game. But yeah, 4 of us came out with the win. She did. The way that works out is that both me and Dave went 10-5 with our double downs. Punk
Solid.
and Finn went 8 and 6. So still a positive score. Hannah for the people went 5-9. So brutal for the people this season. The current standings, for those that are interested,
How far ahead am I?
you are joint with me on 51.
This
And-
is nonsense. On the
You
website that
should
we're
be
using,
lucky.
I'm clear top. On your Jack and
What do you mean that you're clear top?
I am.
Let me know when I'm 5 behind, and then I'll start playing.
Punk, you're 5 behind.
You're 6 behind, actually. Finn's
6
got
behind,
49.
right.
Punk's
I'll
got
start playing from
45.
this week then.
The people are on 35. So
Well, mine's sorry, 49.
you're on 49, so you're 2 behind us.
All right.
Punk's on 45, people on 35. So there's already quite a gulf emerging here at the bottom. But there we go. Those were the wrong ends for week 5. Let's move on to week 6. And we have to get a new person in for the people against the pod. We have a new person, and that is Mark, who's a Jags fan. Mark, thanks for coming on the show, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. More than welcome. It's good to be here. So,
We thought we'd get you just after the Jags' first win of the season. You joined everyone else in the league and got yourself a win. So good timing, right?
Yeah, there's never a good time to be a Jags fan, but I suppose this is as good as any.
No. It's the start of a comeback, mate. It's the start of a comeback. We're going to go through the 14 games that are on this week for week 6. So we are going to do the Thursday night game, which is the 49ers at the Seahawks. Now, Matt, as the guest, we're going to ask you first, mate. Who have you got?
I've gone for the 49ers in this, so sorry, Finn.
Damage is done.
I was also tempted to double down on this, but I'm going to leave that till a little bit later and make a late decision on it.
Okay.
Yeah, 49ers.
49, yeah, it's fair enough. Punk.
I flip-flopped on this a couple of times.
Mhm.
Look, both of them had pretty bad losses last week, so I think they both coming off a short week want to get the win. These divisional games you can never tell. I'm going with the home team now. I'm going to go with Seattle. I think they're
Ooh.
just going to pip the Niners in a close one, but it should be good. Should be good. Thursday nights have been all right this season so far.
Ish. I mean, the last one was all right. Dave.
49ers, only because I think it's a battle between the 49ers offense and Seattle's defense. And at the moment, weirdly, the 49ers have the second best offense in the league in terms of yards per game, which I don't think any of us would have believed, but statistically true.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers. And Finn never picks the Broncos, so you.
What you do with those
Ouch.
yards?
There you go. That's the
Start-
real reason, Dave. You
start
Just lead,
salty
you should just
early.
lead with that.
Yeah.
Don't bother giving the spiel about them
Lure
leading
you-
the league or
Lure you
whatever.
into a
That.
Gonna
false
say-
sense of security.
The only issue with that is, of course, yards don't equal points.
No, I know.
No.
You know,
Well, Dave went to imright.com to find those stats there to back up his claim. It's 2-1 at the moment to the 49ers. So, Finn, who are you going for?
I did have the 49ers up until about half an hour ago, where I
What?
changed to us.
oh, you found your cojones. Well done.
It's
Aw.
been drinking. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not just mine with a beer behind the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with us. I think, like Punk said, divisional game is going to be tight. I think we've got the crowd behind us, and if we can have a bit more of a balanced offense, get Kenneth Walker into the game more, and then combine that with Gino's passing and deep ball, then I think we've got a good chance of getting the dub. So I'm going with my boys.
Okay, looks like I got the deciding vote on this one. Again, it's going to be a tight game because NFC West games always are tight, but I'm going with the 49ers. I've picked the Seahawks basically every game this season, and after that Giants loss, I can't trust them at home right now. 49ers again also want to get a win quite badly, but I'm just something tells me 49ers are going to get this one. So 3-2 split, 49ers over Seahawks there. On to Sunday, and we've got the second London game, and that is the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Chicago, in air quotes, the Chicago Bears. So, Dave.
I'm going to keep this very, very simple. I think the Jags' experience of playing in London is worth a score at least. So yeah, Jags all day long.
Jags all day long. All right. Finn?
I've not been impressed with the Jags, but like Dave said, I think their experience of coming over to London is going to give them the edge here. So I'm going Jags.
Jags. Mark, as a Jags fan, mate, are you going with the
No pressure.
the heart over the head, or no?
Do you know, I absolutely agree with Dave. I think the experience is something that we can draw upon, and we are leaving London a 3-4 team.
Ooh.
Agreeing with me, you must be
Love
drunk.
that. Yeah, something's wrong there. Wow.
Again.
Punk, any dissenting voice here for the Chicago Bears?
I do agree to a degree that the experience of playing in London does matter. I also think that you find that London games tend to either be massive blowouts or really tight defensive.
Really dull.
Yeah. So I think I like the Chicago defense more than I like any anything on the Jags, so I'm going to go with Chicago.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was worried that maybe Caleb, in his first journey over, will get stuck on a bus or something, sightseeing, and wouldn't make it to the game.
They're not letting him
Jags
out the
obviously
Premier in.
yeah. Jags obviously bored of getting here now, but they're used to it. So I think there's a massive advantage for them. Oh, I was going to say Jags. I'll still say Jags. I'll put you on an island, Punk. There you go. Even though they're the underdogs, I believe in that game. Yeah, 4-1 split. So on to the 6 o'clock slate in the United States. We're going to start with the Arizona Cardinals at the Green Bay Packers. So Finn.
I'm going Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Cards showed good bottle last week defensively, but I think they Packers are going to work some magic, and it's more hope, I think. But I'm going to double down on it as well.
Double down.
No, I think that's fair. That's fair.
I think, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I think there's a very evenly matched teams. Punk.
I think I agree with Finn. I think there could be points in this game. I think both teams are very capable on offense. I do worry about the Cards' defense at times. It does look a little bit paper thin. I think playing outdoors in Green Bay, although it's not -5 yet, probably will affect Arizona slightly more.
You
So
love
yeah,
the weather, don't you?
mate, weather makes a difference. It really does. Remember that Bills Patriots game where the Patriots threw the ball once the entire game? It's because of the weather.
11 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I'm going with Green Bay. I think they'll pick it up at home.
Yeah, 11 degrees centigrade. I'm going to go next. I agree. I'm going with the home team. That's it. Nice and easy. The long,
Mark, how
long
about
way.
you?
There we are.
Mate, do you know what? I can't work out if the Cards are any good. The way they came
they're
up
good.
against the Rams the other week
Yeah.
was just incredible. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't pick against the Packers in this one, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, it's a clean sweep. I've got to let you know. Yeah, all of us have gone for the Packers. So then we've got the AFC South matchup of the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. So, Mark, who are you going for?
Colts.
Colts, eh? We don't know who's quarterbacking them this week. But... yeah, okay. Dave.
I don't know.
Well, I've got to ask you anyway.
Is Will Levis playing?
Is Will Levis playing?
He didn't play last week, did he?
What a great question.
They were on bye week.
They were on a bye week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I didn't play then.
Would be impressive if he was.
Colts. Don't know why.
Thanks. Finn?
I've also gone Colts, but I don't really know why.
Just say don't know why.
I don't know why.
This is such an uninspiring game.
I know.
You know what?
Quickly then, Punk, what are you going for?
Right. So I I want to pick the Colts if Flacco starts, but I want to pick the Titans if Richardson starts. Is the way I'm looking at it. So from my head, I think the way the Colts played last week, I think Flacco knows how to get the best out of the receivers. I don't know, man. It's one of those flip a coin games, isn't it? But yeah, I'll go Colts.
You know,
Is it sweet for the Colts then?
I'll tell you what, I'm flipping. I'm going to go Titans.
No, he's just taking off.
They're coming
What
off
an
a bye
island.
week. I'm going Titans. Titans.
You know, every Sunday I have to
rubbish.
bath my son about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and which means I fall well behind on red zone. So I always pick a shit game that I can fast forward through. And that game has got donor game written all the way through it. I am so not watching that. That's going to be my fast forward game. I'll tell you right now. You're going to ask me about it next week. I'm like, I don't know. I've got no idea.
Surely that's the Chargers Broncos game, isn't it?
No, it's 9 o'clock, mate. 9 o'clock. He's in bed by then. Touch wood.
Talking of fast forward games, we've got the Texans at the Patriots. I know we did this last week with the Seahawks at the Giants, with the Giants, but is anyone going for the Patriots?
Nope.
Over the Texans?
No.
We're going to move on then. So then we've got the Buccaneers at the Saints. Obviously, we're not at the Buccaneers because of the tornado or the hurricane, I should say.
Riddler's playing, isn't he? He's making his debut.
The Riddler is starting, as well as Drake May for the Patriots. So, yeah, it's NFC South. Punk, who you going for?
Tampa Bay and New Orleans, these are normally quite close.
Mhm.
As we've seen, Tampa Bay have got the hot hand in Baker Mayfield. Saints have really wobbled. Obviously, Domino Derek's hurt his little pinky again, so he's missing some time. I'm going to go Tampa Bay, and if you're going to allow it, I'm going to take the double down on them as well.
Double down.
Feels a
I'd
bit
allow it.
cheap, but yeah.
I'll allow it. Mark, how about you?
Didn't know Carr wasn't playing, so I'm going to go to Bucks then.
Oh, mate, it's going to be an advantage not having him playing.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Behave.
Finn?
Won't Spanky Rattler be playing?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah, Spanky
Oh,
Rattler will
or
be
is
playing.
it going to be
You rattler.
whoever their other quarterback tight end is?
Nick Hayner, I think, was the other one. Or Jake Hayner, sorry, was the
Ah,
other one.
right.
Taysom Hill. Taysom
Taysom
Hill.
And
Hill.
Taysom Hill,
Tyson.
the wild card.
They got plenty
No.
of quarterbacks. Don't need
This
to worry.
this is the start of my preseason prediction that Rattler would have more yards and everything than Drake May. So starting at the same time, it's
starting
good,
this
good
week.
start.
He's not played anything yet.
Well, they're about to. They're about to. That was my preseason prediction that he would beat
Right.
Drake May. Finn, are you going for the Bucks or
Um,
the Saints?
I'm going with the Bucks. I just think they're
Wow.
more of an all-round unit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dave.
TBB.
What?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's a sweep. Now
Yeah.
I'm worried about giving Punk that double down. We'll move on. Next game is the Cleveland Browns at the Philadelphia Eagles. So
Can we do
Dave,
it another? Can we do what we said before? Is anyone
What?
picking the Browns? It's
Nope.
just the
Oh,
easier
we
way
could
of
do
doing
this.
it.
Do we want to do it?
Nope.
Just the Browns suck.
Okay, everyone's picking the Eagles, even though the
Yeah.
Eagles suck as well.
Can I
They
double down on
beat
this
the
one?
Jags, though, didn't they?
No, you can't double down on this one. No, you can't
Worth a
pull that
shot.
move of
No,
not
no, no,
asking
no,
anyone
no.
for their
I know.
opinion.
I was very much joking when I said it. Don't worry.
Excellent. Okay, so the next one then is the Washington Commanders at the Baltimore Ravens. So, Dave,
I've got to go Baltimore
you don't have to.
because I'm sticking with them as my Super Bowl winners, and I think they've got to come good. Yeah, that's the only reason. I think Washington are one of the most impressive teams so far.
hmm
Mm.
Mark, how about you?
Surely the game of the weekend, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
And you wouldn't have said that at the start of the season, would you? But
We would.
I've got to go Ravens. Ravens.
Jeez. What a cloud over this. Come on, Finn, help me out here, mate. What are we doing?
I'm going to help you out, but you can put down Baltimore for me as well, please. I think I've been really impressed with Washington, but I think they're just lacking a bit on the rush defense. I think Henry's going to capitalize on that.
Okay. Punk.
I do agree that Washington's rush defense isn't the greatest. I also think Jaden Daniels is going to see some far out blitzes that he's never seen before. I'd love to be able to pick Washington, but I think they're just a little bit too young. I think the Ravens are just going to be a little bit too savvy for them, and so yeah, I'm going Baltimore as well.
No, rush defense is 11th worst, which isn't too bad, but still not great. They're averaging 130 yards per game.
What? The Commanders?
Conceding.
Okay.
Yeah, but Baltimore
Conceding
are obviously
130.
the
The
best
other
rushing
thing
team in the league.
That's not
The
that
thing
bad.
to obviously point out with that also is that because Washington have been having big leads, teams have been abandoning the run and going to the park. So
You
the
do
fact they're
raise
that bad
a very good point.
and they've been doing that.
Which could well happen again this weekend, which is why I'm going for the Commanders. So I'm on an island.
That's not the reason you're going for them.
I've picked the Ravens already this
Shut
season.
up! It's pure good old fashioned bias. That's why.
Just you wait and see.
You picked the Ravens that one week when you were off, and that was a typo. We all know that.
We're moving on. So
Mhm.
the 9:05 slate, we're going to start in the the AFC West with the Los Angeles Chargers off their bye at the Denver Broncos on a 2-game streak now. So Dave, is it
Three-game streak.
Is it really
Three-game
three?
streak, son. Yes, it is. You don't need to ask
Jeez.
me this. Come on. Come on.
I
Move
wanna
this
hear you
train
say it.
along. Get
I wanna
on.
hear 3-game streak. You ain't is right. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bloody hell. Okay. Punk.
Now,
And they both
this
lose.
I'm interested in hearing.
Yeah.
I really want them both to lose.
This is like watching
Yeah.
your two
Yeah,
mortal
yeah.
enemies have a fight, innit?
God, if all you need is Casey in there as a referee, and that's it. Blow the stadium up. Um,
Well,
ah,
technically, any referee does automatically play for Kansas City, doesn't he? So
this
you
is
know,
true.
we know how it
Very
works.
true. But we digress. Oh man, that Broncos defense is legit. I'll give them that. The offense is really rather pitiful.
Let's not go nuts.
Chargers, I think they flattered to deceive a little bit, but when they're on, they're really on. How do you beat a Broncos defense like that? Actually, you run it down their throat, I'd suggest. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers.
Okie dokie.
Excellent.
Finn.
I did have
After
the
my comment
Broncos,
earlier,
but because Dave said I never go with the Broncos, I'm going to go with the Chargers.
To prove him
Quite
right.
right.
Okay, Mark, how about you?
This is quite an horrible game, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It won't be pretty.
no,
No.
and if either get past 10, I will be amazed. Punk's right. The Broncos defense is brilliant. There's something not right about the Chargers offense. But Dalvin Cook adds something. I hate to say it, I'm going to go Broncos.
yay! You can come back again.
Okay, so it's 2-2. So I've got another deciding vote here.
Come on, Jim, come to the dark side.
Well, look, I picked the Broncos last week, and they did well for me. I can't do it again. Chargers have had a bye week. Jim Harbaugh off a
Scumbag.
bye. He's got 2 weeks to plan this game out. People getting healthy again. Herbert hopefully hasn't got a injured little finger or something. So I'm going for the Chargers. And if you'll let me,
Double
Ooh.
down.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I mean, you're
Go
going
for
for
it.
the massive underdog, so yeah,
knock
sure.
yourself out.
yeah, well, when you got a feeling, you go for it. The other 9:05 starting game is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Me versus Punk. So, Finn, what are you doing?
I am going with Steelers on this one.
Okay.
Just a gut feel. Don't ask me any more than that.
I won't investigate your gut any further. Mark, how about you?
Probably for the best.
Again, this is not a pretty game, is it?
No.
I've had to disable my X account after Punk's meltdown last week because I can't be party to that. And heaven forbid if it happens again,
Oh, wow, yeah.
but I think it might, so I'm going for the Steelers.
You won't have to disable it if it happens again, because I'll just quit. That'll be it. I'll be done.
Do us all a favour.
We can start picking his new team, can't we, after that one?
Yeah. Well, it's
Um,
49. That's done. There you go. Move on.
It's what he always wanted to have anyway.
Yeah.
Dave.
Pittsburgh, and can I double down, please?
Oh,
Double
Oh,
down.
Yes, you
well,
may.
yeah.
double down.
It was my second choice for a double down. So,
Yeah.
Punk, how about you?
Well, we saw the Steelers' true defense last week. Couldn't stop a lot, conceding a lot of points.
A
The
lot of
Raiders
points. It
still
was
need
under
to come
20.
to the party. I did have a bit of a meltdown. I'm not entirely convinced this team is going to work. I'm not entirely sure this coaching staff is going to work. However, I can't pick the flipping Steelers. So this
Yes, you
game's going to
can.
go the same way as our fantasy game, Jim. And you're going to get pasted all over the place. Raiders to win in a big, comfortable win.
Oh, well, okay.
ooh.
Well, you're on an island. 'Cause,
Absolutely, I am.
even your wide receiver doesn't want to be around you. So I'm not picking the Raiders.
Our wide receivers is Aaron Rodgers is wide receiver.
Was you almost say picking them up then? There's 9:25. We've got two games going on. The first one is the Detroit Lions at the Dallas Cowboys. Lions off the bye. Finn.
I have gone with the Lions.
Hmm.
Bit contradictory as I know they haven't won in their last 5 trips to Dallas. But this Dallas side isn't quite as formidable as those past 5 times. And fresh off a bye, so I'm going with the Lions.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah. Lions.
Well, sounds very confident. So that's scary. Punk.
I think this game could be a bit of a barnstormer like the Seahawks Lions game a couple of weeks ago.
Hmm.
I am giving the edge to the Lions just because they've had the bye week and 2 weeks to prepare. Everyone's a little bit fitter. But I think it should be a decent game. I think it could be an interesting game.
Okay. And Dave.
I'm going Lions because Cowboys. Right.
Aha, the classic. Well, it's a sweep for the Lions, even though they're away.
And for the
As you said,
Cowboys,
Finn,
then, if anything, this season's anything to go by.
could be, could be. As you said, Finn, the Cowboys had a strong home form over the last few seasons. That hasn't been the case so far, really, this season. So the other 9:25 game, it's NFC South, Falcons at Panthers. Mark, what do you reckon?
Right, Falcons. Can't see the Panthers doing anything. So, yeah, Falcons all day long.
Okay, okay. Dave.
I'm going to go Falcons, but I think it will be close. I've got this weird feeling that I think the Panthers are actually a really good team. Also, I heard the commentator last week describe
Whoa,
JC
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Horn
Hang
as
on,
a
hang on.
veteran.
Really good is
Commentator. Hang on.
What
The
commentator?
Panthers are a really good team. Let's examine that for a minute.
What?
Why?
I don't know. I just think I think there's a team in there. I really do think there's talent, and I think there's a
They've won
team
a
in
game.
there. They've won one game, but they've been close in every other one since the Ginger Ninja came in.
Yeah.
So I think there is a team in there.
Mm.
But I'm not sure this is the divisional game for them. Not too sure. I think the future's a lot brighter than it seemed 2 months ago, for example, or even a month ago. Get a decent quarterback in there. I think they're not a bad team. So yeah, I'll go Atlanta, but not by much.
Okay. So Punk.
I do agree that I think Atlanta will win, but I do think this is a close game. All these divisional games tend to be close, and if I remember last season, these two had a couple of right barnstormers where it was kind of like 4 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes and ridiculous yard plays and so on and so forth. So it could be an interesting game. But yeah, I think Atlanta will just be too strong for them, especially on defense.
Finn.
I am also going with the Falcons.
Okay.
Last season, you said it was a barnstormer. The last game between the two of them was 9-7 to Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carolina won it though.
There was one before that. It was either. It was the other game. It was
I'm
the game
looking
in
at the
Atlanta. It
results.
was like
2006.
touchdowns and touchdowns and
It was
touchdowns.
2006. No,
DJ Moore had like a 90-yarder.
The game before, this is how we know we're getting old. It was actually in 2022. It was 37-34, but you're right. That one, I slightly remember that one.
I was thinking of.
But yeah, the last game was 9-7. In the fourth quarter, bloody hell, there was 34 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'll let you off.
He does remember. It's a couple of years ago, but some synapses fire
Hey,
in
when
the
you
back
get
of
to
the
my
head.
age, a year takes about
They
3
all
months.
blend
so
into
don't worry about it.
one. Yeah.
Panthers really need to win this game because if they don't, they're not going to win the next few. I don't think.
That's fine. Get a good quarterback next season.
Yeah, if they just pick high, everything will be all right.
Yeah.
I was going to pick them. I was going to pick
them,
them, but I need to cover off Finn, so I'm going to pick the Falcons as well.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What? You can't do that.
Why are you
Typical
covering
I've got
Steeler.
to cover off
people in
Dave as well.
week 6?
Don't worry about it. It's
Crying
week
out
6.
loud.
Well, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It was just
I
a
think
bit
you
too
should double
spicy.
down on the Panthers just
I've
for
already
that.
doubled down. I've already doubled down, mate. It's too late. So that was the two 9:25 games. Then we got the Monday night game is the Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Giants. Fresh off a win, the Giants back at home. Finn.
Bengals put the Giants back in their box.
Okay. Don't want to say anything else about the Malik neighborless Giants managed to get a win. But you think the Bengals can do them?
I don't think we need to talk anymore about the Giants.
No. Well, we have to a little bit. We have to a little bit.
I
Punk,
don't know about.
who you picking?
I think the Giants played really well against Seahawks. I think their game plan was spot on. However, I come back to my stat from a couple of weeks ago that Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown in MetLife for 20 months. So I think that's
to
probably
his own team.
To his own team.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably going to roll on for 21 months at least. So yeah, I'm going to go Bengals. They're just a better team, let's be honest.
All right. Mark, how about you?
I was really disappointed in Daniel Jones last week because I had the Seahawks defense, and apart from the 101-yard return,
Yep.
he didn't throw any picks at all, and
No.
that's not made me happy in any way. So I'm going Bengals this week. I think Daniel Jones reverts to himself. He's back in the comfort of his own ground, and throwing picks all over the place. So
Do
just
we know
revert
if
to type.
Akers is actually still out?
So
Not sure.
no,
Not sure on their neighbours.
Let me have a
It's-
look.
Any concussion
I
protocol
don't
like
think
that,
it'll make
you're
that
not
much
sure.
difference. But yeah.
Dave, who are you going for?
I'm just looking. Kayvon Thibodeau is questionable. Malik Neighbors is questionable with a concussion, which means he won't play. And there's quite a few other people are out. I'm going to go. Do you know what? The defense for Cincinnati is garbage this season. They've got some talent, but they're just not playing. If everyone was fit, I'd risk it and go for New York. But with Neighbors out and Thibodeau out, I'm gonna play it safe. Got to cover off you lot and I. Yeah. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Oh, it's a sweep then for the Bengals, unfortunately. So then we've got the Monday night game. It is the AFC's clash, the Buffalo Bills at the New York Football Jets. Oh my God, I almost said Giants. But Football Jets. No Robert Saleh, obviously. So it's now fully Aaron Rodgers in control. As the guest, we ask you to play us out first, mate. Who are you going for?
there will be no new head coach bounce. I'm afraid for the Jets. They are losing. Bills all the way.
It's interesting you said head bounce when we're talking about Josh Allen last week. So we'll see if Josh Allen's playing. Dave?
Bills. Don't care who's playing.
Nate Pittman?
Nope, don't care.
Okay. Finn?
Also going with the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Jets just can't get that offense going.
At the
Punk.
moment, Aaron Rodgers is listed as questionable. Just saying.
Punk.
Jets.
What?
Yeah, boy.
You crazy bastard.
Go on, tell us why.
There will, as a proponent of the new manager bounce,
Mm.
I've seen it work far too often for it not to have some effect on the team this week. Now, whether it's because they want to show that they were wrong and they could play that way all along, or this, that, and the other, I just the Jets are kind of like how we've seen Buffalo the last couple of years. If they just run the damn ball properly, they'd be all right. Their offensive line isn't great, but the Bills aren't really pulling up any trees. I don't think they're as good as everyone's been making them out to be. Jets at home, yes, they've just flown back from London, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. I just get a feeling that the Jets are due one, and just to shut a few people up.
Well, I'm joining you. I'm joining you.
Aren't you going to double down on them? You haven't done it yet, have you?
Who?
Have you doubled down yet?
Yeah, he's doubled
Tampa
on the
Bay.
Bucks.
Oh, you have. Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I'm joining you on that one. I think that Rodgers will want to prove that he's going to win a game. Of any game, it's going to be this one. The Bills choked that game against the Texans as well with stupid play. They kept Josh Allen in when they shouldn't have done. And I don't think he's going to play. He shouldn't play this week, in my opinion. But there we go. I'm going for the Jets at home. Because the Chiefs, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Vikings are all on a bye. Before we go, Mark, you haven't picked a double down yet, mate.
Right.
Now the fullness of all the picks have been shown. Who are you going to go for the people?
I'm going with either supreme confidence or blind stupidity. You take your pick. Jags over the Bears.
Double down.
Oh, he's gone for his
We're
heart.
leaving
There we go.
London at 4-3-4.
I think you're the first person who's gone for their own team on the double down. So yeah, cojones.
Possible,
Well done.
quite possible.
Blind stupidity.
Well, I'll be there watching the next game with you as well, Mark. So thank you very much for coming and doing the picks.
No, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
No, anytime, man. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, yeah?
Good luck to your teams this weekend.
We're going to need it.
We need it, yeah.
We all need it, definitely.
We don't.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
Cheers, Mark. Take it easy.
So there we go. That is everything done for the Week 6 preview. And we'll be back, obviously, with Week 6 review next week and then moving on to Week 7. Hopefully some more wins for some of our teams. Sorry about that, Punk. But in the In the meantime, you can check us out at patreon.com/finaldown. Please subscribe there. You can obviously pay us, which would be very lovely. But even if you don't, you can still get access to all the notifications of our drops there and our
Yeah,
extra
we
stuff.
ain't doing this for free. Come on, put your hand in your pocket.
Well, some of us are.
Some of us are, Dave.
That's true.
Until next week, then. I've been Jim. That's been Finn. That's been Dave. That's been Punk Radar. Thank you very much for listening.